Hello and welcome back to Formula 1 2014. Today we are going to have a 5-lap race at Valencia. And the last time Valencia was in a Formula 1 game was F1 2012, which is where it's from. There has been another mod that has brought Valencia and Turkey to F1 2014, which I know it was a mod on 2013, but it struggled, and I don't think they actually got it out properly on the 2013 game. I'm going to be the Force India of Perez. Of course we want 5 laps, so just quickly check the settings, as everything should be the same. Yes it is. The weather is dynamic, but I mean it probably won't rain, and as you can see we have Valencia and we have Istanbul. Quite interesting, the name, LNG, track loading Istanbul, track long name Istanbul. Oh, they've all done that. Apart from the Nürburgring, for some reason. Strange. Anyway, let's get to Valencia. So here we are at a bright and sunny Valencia. It's actually quite dark on track, but I'm going to presume that's because it's the 2012 track, and the graphics were quite a bit different in 2012. They had a lot more bloom, and 2013 and 2014 have been much more colourful than the previous versions. So we are starting in 12th place on the grid out of 22 in sunny Valencia. Slick tyres, of course, because we're in the sun, and we shall head to the race. So here we are on the grid. We are behind the 2 McLarens and ahead of the 2 Toro Rossos. So we are alone, Force India, hidden in a load of teammates. It's very dark in the shade of the grandstand, and we get a mediocre start. We had a decent start in comparison to Magnussen, but compared to the cars behind, we had a very poor start. Now we need to be very careful into the braking zone, because once again we have the realistic damage mod, so we do not want to lose a front wing from very light contact, and we are being squeezed. There is no space. Raikkonen just, well, he just went insane there and past Alonso and almost past Vettel, and Vettel had a poor exit, so we've got past Vettel. Actually, he hits the wall. I don't think we touched him. I think the AI was just a bit scared and thought driving into the wall was safer than driving into me, it seems. But we have got away unscathed, and we are in 6th place, so it has been a good start. There is a yellow flag on the track. I do not know why. I cannot see any cars on the minimap that aren't moving. And Vettel now has a run on us very early on the straight. So he's actually going to overtake us. And I don't think we're going to be able to outbrake him, are we? Or we might just. We brake way too late. We do push him off a bit, but that is no issue. Because it's Vettel. No, only joking. So we have now a bit of a gap because we sort of forced him off. And yeah, so you can see Valencia in all its glory on F1 2014, and Istanbul. Istanbul has not fared as well as Valencia, being from F1 2011. So the track hasn't fared well at all, graphics-wise. It's very outdated. And Vettel's extreme run on us. He's going to risk going around the outside, but then thought better of it. So we've sort of had to take a defensive line into the final corner. So I don't think Valencia has fared too badly. It doesn't look that bad in F1 2014. Braking down into turn 1, we may have outbraked ourselves just, but we just keep out of the wall. Very close. Very close to the wall. And of course, it has been a long time since I've driven around Valencia, and it would be F1 2012 since I've driven around here. I'm not actually sure what has happened to the circuit. I think it's still there, sort of. Parts of it is still there, and I don't think it's used at all, which is, in ways, it's a shame. But the races weren't always exciting. They were often a bit boring at Valencia. But it's a fun circuit to drive around because it's a high-speed street circuit, which there isn't too many of, as Vettel now takes to the inside. And he once again has the position. We'll have to try and fight back. This time, hopefully not ploughing into him. So we go down his inside. He's ran wide, and we're able to go around his outside and retake the position. So we keep 6th place. Only one car has retired, interestingly. That's quite surprising. Normally half the field is gone by now. With the realistic damage mod and a street circuit and a mod of an old track where the AI might be a bit inept. So not bad going for only one car to be out. And the final sector here is a lot of fun. It's quite a bit more difficult in the new cars because the oversteer, and Vettel is once again, he's really going for the outside. He's stopped going for it. Once again, I'm going to have to take a defensive line into the final corner. I get a poor exit, although so does Vettel and the cars behind. And we have quite a train behind us, which is frightening. And oh, look at that, DRS has been enabled. So we are in a bit of a predicament right now, because we are going to get overtaken by a train of cars once we get into the DRS soon, which is not far away at all. Now, I think I just clipped the wall there, the rear end. I'm quite amazed that I did not lose a wheel, because quite often I have lost the rear wheel when I've turned in too much at the front, but the rear hasn't made it. And we have passed the DRS detection zone, so I'm presuming practically everyone behind me has DRS, which is a bit of a concern. So we are onto the straight, and those guys behind us have DRS. Vettel had a poor run through there this time, so he is not actually that close, although now with DRS he is steaming by, along with Raikkonen and potentially Alonso, although we have once again gone up his inside and been able to keep the position by running around Vettel's outside. And we have a yellow flag for our teammate who is out of the race now. He has for some reason pulled off the track at the runoff area after the straight, so presumably he ran into the back of someone, I can only guess. Our pace is not great at the moment, but once again it's possibly because it's been a long time since I've driven around Valencia, and it's also with the new cars. It's a totally different track with the new cars. It just feels so much different, and Vettel is right on our gearbox. He has actually gone for the inside. He has bailed though, thankfully, because going too wide there is no fun, I can tell you. Now we get a better exit than normal as we head on to the penultimate lap, with Vettel having once again a run on us. Him damaging his front wing has only sped him up, it seems, because he has great straight line speed. So we're going to take a very defensive line through turn 1, not letting Vettel get anywhere near us. It would be nice if we could try and get cars out of the DRS detection zone, but it is not going to happen because we have about 5 or 6 cars just in a train behind us. And actually, Vettel is going for an outside. I did actually brake there on the DRS detection point, hoping that we would be behind Vettel and therefore get DRS. Unfortunately, we were 0.03 seconds ahead of Vettel as we passed the detection zone. So in fact, we do not get DRS, Vettel does, Raikkonen does, and so does Alonso, although Vettel chooses not to use it for some reason. But the Ferraris do. Now Raikkonen is up my inside, so I can't dive up the inside of Vettel, although he lets me through anyway, which is a bit of annoying, a bit of an annoyance, because I could have passed Vettel again. So that is one car let by, so we're in 7th place now out of 20, as we are soon going to head on the final lap. Raikkonen has dropped right back. We are safe for now. And actually, Alonso has passed Raikkonen, so now I have to fend off Alonso. The lines through the final sector have totally changed, and the oversteer, it just makes it insane. Alonso trying to go around the outside there, which is just, like I keep saying every lap, an insane move. It's too opportunistic. We need to really get the defence on if we want to keep 7th place. As we start the final lap, Alonso is going to go for our outside going into turn 1, but we have the defensive line, and so we keep the position quite easily. Although he has a good exit, he thought about going up the inside, but fought against it at the end, so thankfully he did not dive up our inside and has actually lost a lot of time from doing so. Raikkonen has passed him and we have a big gap. In fact, they are not even within 1 second. They are 2 seconds behind, so no more DRS to worry about. Vettel has streamed away. And of course, we are driving against better cars in our Force India. Force India Tier 2, I believe, or is it Tier 3? Tier 3, probably, actually. Yeah, Tier 3 car against Tier 2s, and Vettel being in a Tier 1 car, so we've been able to survive the onslaught mostly, other than letting Vettel by. But now I'm just stroking it home, to be honest. We do not want to needlessly run wide or hit any walls or anything, which is so easy to do at Valencia, because the walls are just so close on some of the corners. And to really save time, you've just got to get as close as you can to the walls. And this has actually been my best lap so far, even though I've been a bit more cautious. But you're just sliding the rear end through these corners in the final sector, and it is just insane. Raikkonen has a bit of a run. He's not close enough to go for an overtake. So we shall happily defend into the final corner and keep the position and finish in 7th place. 2 more cars crashed on the final lap. And I finished 7th out of 18, so that is not too bad at all. In the Force India, we gained 5 positions. And that is not a bad result, considering our start position and the fact that we were in a slower car than everyone. So Hamilton won that race. Our fastest lap was a bit lackluster, it was quite slow, although Raikkonen and Alonso were ahead of it, Verne was ahead of it, Kvyat was just ahead of it. So it wasn't too bad, although Maldonado had some pace. But let's not forget, they all had DRS at one stage. So they probably set that lap with DRS. And that would have obviously helped them a lot, and we never had DRS. So that has been a alright race at Valencia. I do enjoy driving around Valencia, more than watching it. But it's a fun circuit to drive around, and this mod will be in the description below, along with all the mods. And I shall see you next time, where I think we shall be doing a race at Istanbul.